Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try a Hard Game with me, RollKCV. You know, they say of me, he does the best he can with what he's got, which is not a lot of talent. But a really cool and good and useful scout truck that I'm not going to be using for a bit. I'll be using it soon. Don't worry. I just finished up. But I need a different truck if I'm going to do this task. And it's close and it looks like fun, so I'm going to do it. Now, if I could get over here and like grab this truck with a big crane, I don't know how big of a crane I need. When I was up there, I should have checked. I mean, I could use the biggest crane I can get and just drag it over there. This is going to be fun. From here, getting through the woods here would be difficult, and then I'm sliding downhill. I mean, the smart thing to do would be to come down this road and take this road around. Maybe that's crackly ice. But do I do the smart thing? I mean, I'm going to be driving a tippy truck because I'm going to be driving a truck that has a big crane on it. But this does look downhill. I'm not going to take the Russian truck with the loading crane. Well, I'll just mark here. If I can get over there, I'll go over there otherwise. Oh, we play this game to have fun, right? And this looks like fun. All right, let's get there. Let's take, which truck do I want to take? That's a good question. Which truck do I want to take? First of all, to get there. Wait, did I do this in the wrong? No, I didn't do this. To get there, I have to come through here. Grab that ribbon. Why is it not grabbing? Grab. Thank you. Yeah. So I'll do it on this side. Lovely music. Oh no, Bluetooth was disconnected from somewhere. I think it was probably from... Oh, this thing has a problem. Yeah. Yeah. And it disconnected from the Wi-Fi too. Okay. Let's see if I can get this reconnected. I'm gonna guess it won't, but we'll see. I might have to close the app and come back in because it gives me errors a lot once I restart the app. When Bluetooth disconnects from the phone, this app is running on an older phone. And it's the app that controls my headset. It's running on an older phone. I bought a newer phone, and the newer version doesn't work on the new phone at all. I can't get it installed, which is wrong. It's an error. I reported it to them. Yeah, so I'm gonna be looking at that while I'm finishing this map out. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to exit the app and come back in. Yeah, connection failed. Okay. Let's see if I can just force stop the app, and that'll be good enough. Part of the problem is the disconnection from Bluetooth. I should be connected now. Sorry about all this, folks. It was working on another phone, but then the phone was accidentally updated to a newer version, which doesn't work. Usually we always... If you have Android, never use auto update. Okay, that's kind of cool. Otherwise, I have to drag out this 14-inch tablet I have, and that's not very convenient as a for just a device to hit a snooze a mute button on. Fit next to me very well. I even bought a new, used Android 12 phone. That should work. It's a Samsung. It was a fairly well-known phone for the time, A01, and somehow it didn't work on that. Okay, it looks like it's going to work now. Problem is when it loses Bluetooth connection, and so I have to not wander too far away, for one thing. Okay, I'm going to test the mute button. Okay, if you don't hear the words mute test, that means it worked. Okay, what vehicle do I want to do this? I want a vehicle. Was there snow or was there ice? I don't think it was really icy. I think it was snowy. Oh, you know what I'm going to use? I want to use this truck. But I think I should use this truck. I use this truck for everything. I have two of them. Yeah, that crane should be good enough. If that crane's not good enough, then I don't know what to do. Because this crane is going to be much more top heavy and harder to maneuver around. This crane has... Well, you know what? This crane sticks out farther. It sticks out from the wheels. This crane might actually be more... It's going to be more top heavy, but the profile is narrower. Sure. Oops. Yes, I'm going to use that crane because it's going to be the biggest challenge and the most fun. And I'm going to advance it to daylight. The tasks are always fun. You know, the tasks are always fun. And yes, this is more light. Let's go do this thing. I'm psyched up. I'm gonna take a drink. Better stop. Nice, fun tasks. The tasks are... The contracts are not as fun. The contracts are long, but they're usually not as fun. And not just because they're shorter. The tasks have some more interesting things, like you're not going to get a contract to drive up into the mountains and retrieve somebody's truck that drove off a cliff into a lake and then have to take them over to another lake, abandoned house lake in a plateau, in a mountain plateau, frozen lake. You're not going to get those kind of tasks. Nobody, no contract. You're not going to get a contract like that. Now, some of the paths are just taking cargo back and forth and are kind of lame, but I think I'm going right here. Going to that thing, it seems to want me to go right here. I did not see the truck. I should have, when I was there, got out of the truck with the old photo mode drone and looked to see where it was. But yes, this has the mud tires on it. I'm hoping that's good. If I run into frozen, crackly ice in this vehicle, actually that's fine. Because this vehicle is a monster. It can sink down in the ice that nobody else can get out of, and it just plows through like an icebreaker. It's slow, but it plows through like an icebreaker. So I don't necessarily recommend you get the DLC. I mean, if you want to, and it's on sale, all the DLC vehicles that I have, but this vehicle is the one vehicle I absolutely do recommend. The Mastodon DLC pack. This is a fantastic vehicle. You don't need to find it on a map somewhere, so you can play with it right away. You can upgrade it just by getting stars. You don't need to find upgrades on the map. You can get the stars by doing the food delivery service task. Which in this vehicle, even without the upgrades, is pretty easy to do. I use the Brigadier for that. You can use the original GMC for that. Or the Tega, whatever it is, you get. What is it you get for that? Where's the Tega then? That's sitting by the garage. Once you unlock the garage. Anyway, yeah. Food delivery task. You have to take food from the farm to this island in the middle, but the island is pretty easy to reach. There's a ford on the city side, but then there's also a bridge you can build on the other side. And if you have this vehicle, you don't even have to build the bridge. You can just cross the river without the bridge. And I don't remember what the contract is. If it's a contract you have to do to take the curtain side trailer that's by the garage over to the farm. The farm is like you make a left out of the garage and then it's the next right or something. There's either the first right or the second right. There's a sign different time. But once you deliver that curtain side trailer, it opens up food delivery, and then you can get as many stars as you want if you're playing in normal mode. If you're playing in hard mode, well, you can only get so many stars. But you almost always get gold because you got a lot of time to get 3 stars, the gold medal. Anyway, and then you can upgrade this without needing to find any upgrades on the map. You can upgrade this vehicle just with stars. And then you're good to go. It comes with the best mud tires in the game. So, yeah. Michigan, it could be really frustrating when you're just starting out if you're trying to use vehicles that come with the map. Obviously, it can be done, and it's kind of fun. But I was getting so frustrated in areas where I was tipping the vehicle over that a friend of mine recommended this. He asked me if I already owned this DLC, the Mastodon DLC. I said yeah, and so he recommended I use it. And that was it. I was in love with the game so much after that that I felt I had to start a series, because otherwise I wouldn't get to play it as much. Because most of my gaming comes through my streaming. I even started more streaming time because of it. Where is it? What did I do? Did I do something wrong? I gotta go left here, correct? I went too far? I did go too far. There's the marker there. And I'm going to try to do all 23 seasons. And I knew it was going to take me long enough that I went from 5 days a week to 7 days a week. And I wouldn't be surprised if I end up going to twice a day, 7 days a week. Cancel all my other series. Because there's 23 regions to go. And I was seeing that I was taking, I took 130 hours to do the last map. Kola Peninsula, and now this one is definitely going to take me over 130 hours. It's going to take me close to 200 hours. And this is only my 5th region. There's 18 more regions to go. Okay. I am actually going to, I need to back up, certainly. But I'm not going to back up at first. I am first going to drive up to it and go into the photo mode drone so I get a better idea. Oh, tire stuck. Only thing go terrible in this truck is if you get a tree between your front two and your back two axles. Yeah, I'm gonna obviously have to back up here, but right now I'm gonna just sit here, stop the engine, get out of the car and look over the cliff, because that's what this is meant for. Get rid of the vignette. Pictures don't even look good with vignettes. What's the matter with you? Archer. Free cam. Okay, where is the truck? You can't go too far away, but... There it is! Oh, it's a little thing! Okay, it's on that side. It is pretty far away. Are you supposed to, like, go down on those rocks? You gotta be kidding me. I'm not going down on those rocks. Got to get over to those trees though, or can I do it from on top of this? Back up on these rocks? Maybe? Is that the play? I think that's the play if it's smooth enough to do. Yeah, come from over here, get up, back up on that rock. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Okay, well, I know what I gotta do now. I'm not happy about it, but I know what it is. Let's try to do this without tipping the truck over. That was a without tipping the truck over. Still at a terrible angle for this. Okay, here we go. And activate the anchors. Give me something good to connect to. Sort of. That one is not attached to anything. But that's as good as I'm gonna get. Can I go into crane mode, please? Is that crane mode or is that truck mode? Well, that's crane mode. Okay, can I see it? Yeah, I can see it. I didn't even have to get that close. Okay, where, however, is the top of it? Yeah, first of all, let's get rid of that glowing blue stuff. Come on, I can't highlight. There we go. Oh, and then it added. Okay. It's still in crane view. Come on, isn't there? Oh, I didn't activate the crane. No, I'm in crane view. Okay. Where is the top? Is that the top or is that the side? That's not. That's the top. Okay. It's a widow truck. I'm glad I got this crane though, because not all cranes, the intermediate crane probably could have reached this. Obviously a loading crane would not be able to reach it. The problem with that intermediate crane is the feet stick out on the sides, where this one has the retractable feet, so it's better. But this is the easy part. The hard part is going to be getting down that hill. I'm kamikazing a little bit, which is probably dumb, but I'm going to try it anyway because that's what I do. I do things that are kind of dumb. It's all for the content, folks. It's all for the content. Okay. About as much as I can get. Let's pull it in towards me. Do I put it in front of me, or do I dare try to place it on this cliff and hope that it doesn't roll back down? That would be the dumb thing to do. But I got dumber things to do. Oh, what happened? I can't get off of here. Why can't I get off here? Am I stuck on a rock? Oh, I got the parking brake on. I was panicking for no reason whatsoever. Okay, now I know I can drop the truck. It's not gonna fall. Stop. No, don't activate the anchors. Destroy the crane. Now attach the winch. And from here to, sure. Well, right now I got an obstacle on that side, so to there. Okay. Let's go, little buddy. No, I'm not going to turn on your engine. You're probably damaged anyway. Give him a little room. I don't want him to shove underneath my truck and we'll have collision box issues. All right, let's go. Let's do the fun part. We got it. Now let's go get him where he needs to go. I marked it on the map. Not even sure if that's a passable way to go, but we're going to give it a shot. There is a little road I could go on, but who wants to go on a road when I can go on an adventure? There might be a little path there. There might not be a little path there. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, after that, I'm turning right. I'm going a little bit farther. I'm turning right. Oh, yeah, see, there is a path here. Oh, this is going to be easy. I'm sure there aren't going to be rocks that are too close together that I can't get up here. Or it'd be too icy, I can't get up here in these tires. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think this is the easier way to go too. I don't think I've gotten the hard part yet. It's going to be a very interesting plunge down the hill. If I end up plunging down the hill, I just want to plunge it so that the little truck actually lands in the drop zone. Wouldn't that be cool if I plunged down the hill and ended up still getting the vehicle in the drop zone? Wait, what? Okay. I was wondering about that. Yes, this is where the trail goes. I don't have to go over that rock. Yeah, it looks like there's a trail, a marked trail here. That would be hysterically funny to be towing a truck that needs to be delivered, a little Scout that needs to be delivered, and then just tumble down the hill and somehow manage to get it to fall right into the drop zone as you completely wreck yourself and you know, you end up upside down next to the drop zone while the truck lands in the drop zone. And, or as you're rolling, you roll right through the drop zone with the truck still attached. And, you know, the truck gets to where it needs to get to. That would be cool. My guess is you do have to have it winched though, so if your engine stops, it'll come unwinched. I don't think it can just roll down the hill on its own, although that would be an interesting thing to test. I believe I see tire tracks here. Am I in the right view? Yeah, I'm in the right view. Oh, I'm thinking trailer view. There is no trailer view. This is it. This is the only view you get. There'd be a push, get a drop zone that's underneath the cliff, and then just get a crane truck there, dangle it over the cliff, and then drop it onto the zone. You know, I've got a crane truck with me now. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I know I'm thinking it. I have to know if this is going to work. If this works, it'll be one of the funnest things I've ever done in SnowRunner. Can I go to crane view? Is that crane view? That's crane view. Okay. Crane view isn't so hot. I still had it anchored. No, I didn't. Detach. Okay. So it wasn't letting me do the winch control. Okay. There. Now, lift up. Don't accidentally swing into the zone. I want to drop you into the zone. From as high a height as I can get it. Now, I might just, as soon as I swing this thing over it, it might, you know, this thing is swaying because it's crane view. If I switch to truck view, will that be easier? No, what did I do? Oh, release the anchors. I didn't want to do that. I wanted this button. Okay, yeah, this is better. Oh, it did it! As soon as I reached the zone, above the zone, it took it. Oh, but it's like there, but it's invisible. Oh no! A bug! Look at this! Somebody clip that! Oh, I gotta hurry up and hit the clip. There. Hit the clip button. You see, it's still attached. There's that circle, it's still attached. Winch control? No, I can't. Maybe it's not attached. Anyway, no, I couldn't drop it on the zone as soon as I moved it around, but I didn't get the message. I want to know what the message is. I got a blank message because I was in crane view. That's sad. Oh, here's the message. Off the cliff. Thanks, Duke. That car has a couple of dents, but the engine starts, and that's all that matters. Here's your reward. That's not a lot of money, but I'll take it. Well, that was cool. That was definitely cool. Next time what I have to do is not have it attached to anything, drop it off in front of the thing, drop it off early, and then just push it into the drop zone. So it's not attached to it's not attached on a winch, it's not attached to anything, I'm just pushing it there. But we know now the drop zone does extend vertically. That's cool. That is so cool. We learned something today, folks. Except for those of you that already knew it, we learned something today. All right, back to the map. What are we going to do next? Well, as long as we're over here, we might as well come up here and do this. Oh, I have the wrong. I have a crane. I need a truck. Well, I can do that anyway. I'm not going to do warehouse in the mountains, sorry. This one looks more interesting because it requires delivering on top of a storage place. So you need a truck with a good crane. Oh, right. I can manually load it and manually unload it. Oh, I'm back to using this truck. It has the good crane. Okay, let's back up and do it again. I'm right here to save the day. Is that Animan? All I have to do is pick up this, that's not the cargo. Pick up this cargo. And then bring it down here. Oh, I'm not. I should be marking it. This one, right? Yeah. Pick up that cargo. And then bring it down here, and I have to lift it up onto a platform there. But guess what truck is best served to put the cargo there? It just so happens to be the one I've got, with all the right configuration on it. Yay. Let's do it. I mean, I have to lift it up onto this platform that is probably out of range of this truck's normal loading crane. Now, it may not be out of range of the Brigadier's normal loading crane. But this huge crane is probably overkill, but the medium crane is harder to maneuver around because the feet stick out so wide. The anchors. Even when they're collapsed, they still stick out. All right, another fun task. See, the tasks are more fun than the contract. I'm taking a drink. This here remind me. My next break, I gotta do. I love this game. Yeah, let's get up here. It's not really icy. It's more muddy than icy, and the incline is high and the truck is heavy. It's kind of snow on top of ice, so there are some hills that would be a challenge for this because it's got mud tires on it, but it is not the mud tires that it comes with, though. I've got mud tires from the Jack of All Tires pack that have a rating that's not as good in the mud as the default tires, but it's still rated excellent in mud tires, and yet it's rated good in everything else. It's not rated poor in everything. With the tires that come with this vehicle are rated poor on roads and only like average on off-road. So these have better overall ratings. As far as the little guide, the little guide isn't the most accurate. There are specific traction numbers that the game makers, publishers don't publish, but people have looked in their files on PC and published them. I'm not sure the traction numbers are necessarily the whole story, though. There's other factors that are involved. Regardless, this truck, the default tires on this truck are, I think people would agree, people have agreed, are the best tires in the game. Alright, and activate anchors, go into crane mode, grab the cargo, not even going to pretend to not be rough with it. Let's lift with the correct button this time. Since I'm going to keep the cargo attached, Just gonna wedge it in down here. On the roof or wherever. Why is it not going lower? Well, let me go lower. Trying to go lower? Trying to go... No. Do I know how to operate this crane? Lift lower. Right bumper. Lower. It can't lower in that direction. Why isn't it lowering? There we go. I had to extend it a little bit more. Okay. I was gonna put it in front of the vehicle, but I guess I'll tow it back here. Alright, let's not have weirdness going on. Lower it a little bit. I don't want to jam it into any collision boxes. All right. Get rid of the anchors. Keep it attached to the crane. It's not a long trip. Without the right equipment, I could see that this would be a pretty difficult task. I don't think there's any way to get up near that delivery zone. Oh, I could try it again. I could try to drop the cargo from way high up. I think it actually does have to be on the ground there for this one to count. But maybe not. Yeah, this is hour 5. Got another hour to go. It's dark here now. We're just a couple weeks past the solstice. So, as of the time I'm recording this, it gets dark like 4:30. Or at least the sun's setting around then. I live on the 45th parallel, almost exactly on the 45th parallel. Or 45th parallel runs through the Twin Cities, Minnesota, which is where I live. Halfway between the equator and the deep blue sea. No, actually halfway between all of the deep blue seas, right in the middle of North America, about as far away as you can get from a about as far as you can get from an ocean in the Western Hemisphere, and halfway between the equator and the North Pole. So we don't get any kind of climate-based, ocean current climate things. And we get the most variable weather because we are, again, halfway between the equator and the North Pole. So, okay, I gotta see. I've got to see. Hopefully this doesn't end in disaster, but I gotta see. Why didn't that work? Well, you gotta get up there with a crane. There's no other way to get it up there. Oh, wait. No, it did work. I just have to go to cargo management. And now I get this beautiful cutscene. Yay! Now, if I'd have just held it over, I'd have just held it over and exited crane view, or, you know, left it dangling up there, exited crane control. Anyway, power line maintenance, you did a great job too. This pretty much does it. And we owe you a reward. You're right, you owe me a reward. So when are you going to give me a reward other than just a down payment on a reward? You know, that doesn't pay for the fuel. And I don't need your stars, buddy. I'm already max level. I guess it was at least 1,000. I mean, 1,000 stars means a lot to an account that has 6.5 million. It all adds up. They really should extend the levels beyond 30. Okay. Stop the engine. I'm at 46 minutes. Let me just get a little idea of what else I might do next. It's not going to be warehouse in the... Stop doing that. Not going to be that one. Maybe I'll do some contests. Maybe I'll end with some contests. What are these contests? Let me look at them. What do they involve? Avoid interactions, blah, blah, blah. Want to take part in local rock climbing competition? Of course. If you get... Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. That was rude. If you get to the top within the set time limit, you'll get a handsome reward. Okay, so I'm going to there from here. Well, that's nothing. Well... Okay, I take that back. I gotta go around this way. And then around this way, and then up that way. I mean, it'd be easy to go this way. I guess I could go down and up. There's no good way to get from there to the... Sure, I can do that. I should be able to do that in the Rezvani. I don't know how icy this is, but I should be able to do that in the Rezvani. Okay, so I'll mark that. And let's see where the other contest is. Path through the rocks. Oh, this is a more complicated one. I mean, it's cool. I can still do it. And it is by the garage. Did I leave the Rezvani on the... No, I brought it back to the truck. Okay. Well, this thing I guess I'll just have sit here. But I'm going to go into the garage. Which is easier done by highlighting it this way. And highlight the Rezvani, which is going to be my hero. And this is where I'm going to take a break, I think. It's not quite at 50 minutes, but I'm about to start a new challenge. And so this is a good place to take a break. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. I still have another hour to go. It's just going to be a break. Nothing more than a break. If you are watching on YouTube, SnowRunner drops on my YouTube channel 7 days a week at noon every single day of the week, month, and year. National and international holidays included. That is noon, U.S. Central Time, Minnesota time, Minneapolis time. Good luck spelling any of those. Iowa time, that's easier to type. I-O-W-A, I-O-W-A. No H at the end. I gotta make fun of Iowa. I live in Minnesota. Or Kansas. You can type Kansas time. That's the same time zone. Chicago. That's harder to type for people that English isn't their first language. Anyway, all right. Yes, it is noon in those time zones, which is almost always 6 p.m., 1800 hours in the UK, and almost never 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand, even though it would be if it wasn't for daylight savings time and the equator. So it's plus or minus an hour depending on the time of year. Twitch again, stick around. YouTube next episode. Either way, thank you much for watching, and I will see you then.